Yeah, check the charts. It's a bloody scene. Thanks and pulse chain. You know exactly what I mean. From the peak we plummeted, down 99%. The Bears took control, the funds were all spent. Sacrificed our pulse, we believed in the dream. Now we're holding these bags of soap. It would seem the SEC came knocking. Tried to build a case, said we were a scam. Tried to put us down, richer than the court, fighting for the crown. But we're still strong, yeah. We ain't going away. Through the darkest night, we wait for the day. The Bears are growling, but we hold the line. Text, pulse, chain, pulse, sex, destined to shine. The fools are sleeping, but they'll soon awake. For the communities are waiting for the fortune they will make. Yeah. Buddha has been spreading, fear's been in the air. Whales were exited, leaving us in despair. Price hit the bottom, some thought we never climbed. To the bear market, a brutal long time. We watched the value dwindle, watched the whole thing. But the core believers, the plans we already made. We staked our tokens, we played the long game. Through the pain and the doubt, we remain the same. The news has been grim, the futures look bleak, but the Hexagon spirit is on the take. But we're still standing, we ain't going away. Through the darkest night, we wait for the day. The Bears are growling, but we hold the line. Text, pulse, chain, pulse, sex, listen to sign. The fools are sleeping, but they'll soon awake. For the communities are waiting for the fortunes they were made. A gavel will drop, a victory will see the case undone. Forget the set, a new dawn coming. The clouds will clear, the future's bright. The path is clear, the Bears won't last. It's only a fade, the bull is coming. Through the coming days, the sacrifices made will soon be repaid. When the market turns and the price is relayed. So hold your thanks, don't you dare sell low. The next leg up is about to go. We're still standing, we ain't going away. Through the darkest night, you wait for the day. The Bears are growling, but we hold the line. Hex, pulse, chain, pulse, sex, destined to shine. The fools are working, they're starting to thrive. For the community to wait, for the fortunes they will make. Yeah. Better believe.
Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to this explainer on the Anti-Gravity Project. By tuning in right now, you've made a real choice. You've decided to step out of the dark and actively push back against AlphaCorp's absolute stranglehold on our world. You are officially part of the resistance. And surviving the brutal economy they've built, well, that requires absolute precision and an exact understanding of how our decentralized energy grid actually operates. The fundamental truth of the Rings of Dust universe really boils down to this. Your fuel cell isn't just a token. It's a battery that needs to find the grid's frequency. Serve your time, and the grid provides. As a newly inducted collective member, this absolutely needs to be your daily mantra. Patience isn't just some virtue here. It's literally the mathematical core of your survival and our collective victory. To get you combat ready, here is exactly how we'll map out your step-by-step participation. First, we'll cover the Rings of Dust, then Darker Matter and Scarcity. Next, we hit Round N for Assembly, Round N+1 for Calibration, and Round N+2 for Activation. Finally, we'll wrap up with the 100X Superconductor. Section 1. The Rings of Dust and the Manufactured Energy Crisis of 2033. Look, the Darksader's energy shortage we're suffering through right now isn't an accident. AlphaCorp didn't just stumble into this crisis. No, they orchestrated it. They destroyed viable product, suppressed supply, and completely weaponized the shortage to build a shadow government. The gap is artificial, but man, the suffering is very real. This brings us to exactly who you are now. You are collective members. We are a distributed resistance network made up of scientists, volunteers, and defectors, all operating underground nodes. Our mission is singular, to build a totally decentralized energy grid outside of AlphaCorp's institutional control. We're essentially building the world we want right inside the world they corrupted. Section 2, Darker Matter and Scarcity, the Immutable Law of the Universe. The raw resource fueling our entire rebellion is dark X plasma, which we convert into a stabilized, usable solid form known as darker matter, or DRKR. This is the lifeblood of our new economy. So, the crucial point is the absolute hard cap, 2,222,222 DRKR tokens. That is it. That's the ultimate limit of DRK that will ever exist on this grid. There is zero inflation possible here. No admin key can change it, and no corporate bailout can just magically print more. Every single action you take is working within this strictly finite ecosystem, meaning every piece of darker matter you secure is permanently valuable. To actually harness this power, you use a fuel cell, and the life cycle of every fuel cell is strictly measured in 11-day timeframes that we call rounds. It follows this very rigid 3-phase timeline. First, you have round N, which is assembly. Then round N+1, which is calibration latency. And finally, round N+2, which is live activation. Let's break down exactly what you'll be doing in each phase. Section 3, round N, assembly. Your very first step on the grid. This is the moment you transition from a spectator into an active collective member. The mechanics here are pure and straightforward. Step 1, you expend exactly 1 DRKR token. Step 2, you mint your fuel cell. And step 3, you instantly join the bloodline of that specific minting round. Now, remember, during round N, your fuel cell is officially offline. It's just assembling its internal crystal structures, so it isn't combat ready or generating yield yet. It's simply taking form. Section 4, round N+1, calibration, otherwise known as surviving the thermal soak. This is a forced 11-day latency period. Why? Because the grid strictly requires skin in the game. This soak prevents flash mint gaming and makes sure every collective member is fully committed before they draw power. Let's move to and see how this builds across the different states. The progression across these phases is super clear. In round N, you're offline minting only. In round N+1, you're in the thermal soak, syncing to the grid with that 11-day latency. It's only when you finally cross into round N+2 that your cell becomes live, fully operational, and ready to be staked. But round N+1 isn't just about waiting around, it's also about the day 11 jackpot. At the end of the calibration round, exactly 1 cell in 740 receives a massive exterior darker matter deposit. The payout floor guarantees 333 DRKR, and that scales all the way up to a 1,332 DRKR cap depending on the pool. If you win, you have a massive choice to make: claim the liquid DRKR, or sacrifice it to the void to permanently stack the pool and earn incredible ongoing weight for the future. Section 5, round N+2, activation, powering the grid and choosing a path. Your 11-day sync has concluded. The radio static clears, the crystals have formed, and your fuel cell is officially live. Once live, you have 3 distinct paths, and every single choice you make fundamentally impacts the broader resistance network. You can be the loyalist, locking yourself for massive future yield. You can be the void walker, permanently sacrificing your cell to the black hole for external stablecoin yield. Or you can take the deplete path, cashing out your accrued DRKR immediately. Now, what's really fascinating here is the game theory. Collective members aren't adversaries. You are literally heirs to one another. If someone chooses to be a depleter and cash out, they leave behind a 10% quitter tax that flows straight directly to the loyalists. If they become a void walker and sacrifice, they earn EDI forever, sure, but they leave all their accrued DRKR and permanent ghost weight behind for their bloodline. Every single time a weak hand leaves the grid, the surviving collective members inherit their redistributed weight and become exponentially wealthier. It's a brilliant system. Section 6. The 100X Superconductor, Elsa Klein's ultimate discovery. This right here is the most critical strategic advantage on the grid. This is the true science that AlphaCorp completely failed to comprehend because they were just too greedy to ever stop harvesting. It all comes down to Elsa Klein's final test, Run 369. She definitively proved the zero condition. When a fuel cell is left alone in a sealed, locked environment for exactly 180 days, the interior crystal growth plateau completely vanishes. The data is absolute on this. A 180-day lock creates a 100X superconductor, period. Honestly, you need to completely discard any old, corrupted white paper specs you might have heard about a 55X boost. Forget that. The true, verified science of the grid dictates that the 180-day lock explicitly unleashes a 100X multiplier. And this brilliantly illustrates the difference. Contrast the unlocked state, with its standard baseline crystal growth, against the 180-day locked state. In its final form, it achieves that massive 100x superconductor growth. And importantly, it triggers the grid to begin making continuous exterior crystal deposits every 11 days, indefinitely. By walking the loyalist path and committing to that 180-day lock, you effectively become the backbone of the resistance. Your treasury weight locks in at that staggering 100x multiplier. You receive liquid pulse dividends every 11 days straight from the bonus pool. And, because you stayed while others inevitably left, you absorb the blood tithes of all depleted and sacrificed cells. The most patient collective members reap massive compounding yields. But time is not a luxury we have forever. The Saturn rupture is imminent. That massive gravitational event that will seal off the outer rings and close the raw dark X harvesting window for a generation, it is approaching fast. AlphaCorp is making their final play, and our grid must be fully powered to survive it. So the only question left for you is this. Will you step up, lock your fuel cells, and become a superconductor before time runs out?
Hey kids, this is Pulse Ray Vision coming to you live from Cuatro Cinco Studios in my mom's basement. And that was a little explainer video. We have a bunch more of those that are actually a little bit more shorter and more accurate. Ash Satoshi is here. What's up? Hey, Ash Satoshi, good to see you, man. Cryptic Cat, good evening. Believe in yourself. Hoping for a very special guest to be joining us. I assume that they're watching, but I don't know for sure. Got a buddy in the audience. It goes by the name G Fire on our. I'm gonna change this so you can actually read this stuff correctly. He goes by G Fire. It's in our Telegram, and received something really, really special in the mail that we've been waiting quite a while for. And I thought it was a rattlesnake or possibly a sick lizard that was being sent to me as a rescue, but it wasn't. It was something absolutely amazing. And this goes along the same lines of Steve Stash making the coins, HT making the chains, CryptoCat writing the poems and doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes to really support this community. I am blown away. The music that Kate Figor sends, music from Corey, an investor, the videos from Red Squirrel and from AJ Rip City Hex and Zephyr Trips. This community is amazing in a lot of ways. And something beautiful came in the mail today. I'm going to grab it here. It's an amazing hand-ish made right here, darker matter. Look at that. Look how amazing that looks. It's got it. I don't know if you can see it, but the letters actually pop out here, and he used the cream color that we use on our logo, and just, I mean, that is amazing. It says, congratulations to your launch of Darker Max, your Darker Matter fan club in Wenatchee. Thanks for all you do. CryptoCat, Fire G, July 2026. When I say that this is the best damn community in crypto, hands down, it's the thought and the intention and the energy and the belief, the passion that goes into stuff like this is truly amazing. I got really choked up when I walked in and saw it after work today. This means a lot. I really appreciate this. Like I am having trouble putting into words what this kind of thought and talent and care mean to me. Thank you so much. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to hang this, put this back here. I think it's gonna replace the glowing Darker Matter T-shirt back there and the Rave Candy from Hexray Chick. Maybe we'll put the lights behind it. I'm not sure, but for now, it's going right here. And, oh, we just lost some candy. but that's okay. That's where it's going for now. We're going to find a more suitable place. We actually have a light. Another crazy thing. Shout out to Steve Stash, who I'm sure is awake and watching this, because I don't think he sleeps. I think he's got insomnia like me, and I don't know if these batteries are working, but yeah, the batteries aren't working. But this beautiful, beautiful frame for the first NFT, the Rings of Dust book, was given to me by Steve Stash, along with these insane coins that some of you received at crypto meetups from the original Dark Matter. That's insane. Our community is built different. Hey, what's up, Hex Clan? Good to see you, buddy. Believe in yourself. Ooh, Purdy. It is. It literally took my breath away when I walked in and saw it. I was blown away, and I was just like I don't know. Time stopped for a second today, and I really appreciate that more than I can express. That explainer video there, I've actually got a whole 6 or 7 explainer videos in a playlist on YouTube. If you want to sit through and like 2x it on speed it up, it goes through a lot of the mechanics here, I think, better than I do. Granted, there's some very talented people in the community that I believe will make some amazing videos in the future, just based on how deep and complex this goes. But thank you, thank you to everybody, and that's one way to catch up on what's going on. We also have a playlist of me reading Rings of Dust for you guys. The draft, the working draft right now that we're getting ready to turn into an audiobook, hopefully. And yeah, that's what's going on there. There are some big developments in Darker Matter and Anti-Gravity Project. I'm gonna share my screen and try to not get lost in the woods, but I'm sure I'll get lost in the woods, because there's just so much cool stuff going on, and a couple things that I noticed about the ecosystem. Shout out to NVS Crypto. They've posted their newsletter in our Telegram, so feel free to repost that. And then, as I said here, 13. We had $12,000 in EDI paid out, and now it's 13,000. Let's go to our favorite website in the entire world, agproject.io, stands for Anti-Gravity Project.io. And if you just go to get paid right here, claim EDI, you can see that the total payouts right now are 13,177 payouts. I've got some EDI right here to claim. I want you guys to know what it looks like when you sacrifice. When you sacrifice anything, but like I said, you don't want to sacrifice fuel cells until the end of season 1, maybe season 2, because they're still got to accumulate a lot of darker matter, and the darker matter being paid out at the beginning of this game is very low, and then it ramps up to attract new players and attract a bigger community. The Make It Rain is empty right now, so I think quite a few 100 have been in here recently. But if I click claim EDI, it's asking me if I want to claim it. I'll pay a transaction fee here, less than a penny, 38 pulse. And then I'm going to close this so you guys can see this. Boom, $4 and almost 5 cents in EDI. Passive income hits different. That's a lovely punch of dopamine into the kidneys. Very, very cool. I don't know what we should spend it on, but I'm open to suggestions. We have 300 darker in here. And remember, the way that you win this game, how to play, is you mint, you farm, and you get paid. It shouldn't say how to play. It should say how to win, because it's really this simple. Mint, farm, get paid. So we'll go to mint first. We got 4 days left and 15 hours. We're going to mint another 100 today. We really want to hit a jackpot coming up in round 4. This is all minting for round 4. Right now in round 3, we're minting for round 4. Once round 4 starts, you can't mint for round 4. You have to mint for round 5. So you're always minting 1 round ahead, and you're always farming 1 round behind. That's like the easiest way to explain that. We're going to mint these fuel cells, and we're not going to go fast. We're going to go ape sign. Right now, the fees are low. It's 397,000 beats. 19 cents will get me 100 fuel cells, and we'll get some fireworks here in a second if it confirms. Boom, 100 fuel cells. Absolutely beautiful. Now, before we go on to, well, we can go into farming in a second. No, we can go now. How to play farm. So here's our fuel cells. We'll go to my bags. You can either go to my bags or stake sacrifice. It takes you to pretty much the same place right here where you choose a round. As you can see, round 1 went from June 22 to July 3rd. And then round 2 went from July 3rd to July 14th. So, oh, I got a message here from somebody. Hang on one second. Wow, yeah, no, I absolutely love it. I read that on stream, that packages. That's just trying to like speak English here for a second. Yeah, so you just click on one of these rounds, and you can click on manage fuel cells or fuel cell info. It'll show you the info. We are 100% staked, shows you what rank you are. Then manage fuel cells is where you can stake them for either 33 days or 180 days. And that's how you can boost the amount of darker that you receive from the treasury. You can boost it 10x or 100x compared to the people you're competing with inside of your round. So you would just hit stake right here. It says, well, what do you want to stake? We've staked everything, so we can't. But this is the crazy thing going on right now. If we go back here, season 3 has 57,000 minted in it, and it has 77 winners that are about to hit the jackpot in 4 days and 14 hours. We've seen the mint progressively get lower. So it started at 158K, went to 65K, went to 57K, which I thought it would go even lower. But now it's steadied out at 56K. Okay, and we have 4 days left, 4.5 days left. This might be the first round in Dark history, even including Dark 1. No, I think there was one on Dark 1 that was low and then high again. But the rounds, if this gets bigger, it could change the whole way that the lotto, like the jackpot, is paid out. Because remember, all 77 winners, in fact, let's just go to get paid right now. All 77 winners in 4 days will receive 1,332 darker. That's the max mega jackpot amount that you can get. We were going to keep it rolling, but the math got crazy. If 77 people are also drawn for round 4, for season 1, round 4, then 3/4 of these 77 winners would have to sacrifice to keep the jackpot maximum up to 1,332. Because remember, those winners, the next round, they've already minted 333 darker for themselves per winner just by minting that 333, the minimum of 333. It's covered by the minting. Like, it'll never go below 333 because that's how the contract works. But the fact that it went to 999 in round 2 and now it's already maxed out in round 3, I mean, it makes me a little nervous, but at the same time, it just depends on what the whales and what the winners want to do. Are they going to claim it, which it's worth, geez Louise, $2,000? $2,000 in crypto, right? $2,000 in Pulse Chain right now at these lows can theoretically, I don't even want to say, just watch your friend Sami or anybody that's been paying attention to this, and they'll tell you $2,000-$3,000 bag right now in Pulse Chain, Hex, and some of these things that are at the bottom of the ocean, in our humble opinion, which is wrong most of the time. It could change your life. It could really, really set you up for financial freedom in the future. So if people were to claim this, dump it, that's their prerogative. We've had $13,000 of sell pressure in just the EDI alone so far. But we'll see. We'll see. I think that if most people that do claim are going to remint, I think they're gonna they may have minted 700 or 1,000 or maybe even 1 and hit the jackpot, and now they're like, dude, I got ammo, I got dry powder, I have 1,332 mints that I can do, and that is going to give me amazing chances of hitting the lottery again. So either way, that 45% of those, if they remint, would go back into the jackpot anyway, if that makes any sense. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this round, there's 740 eligible for this round's draw. I own 747 for this next round's draw. I'm hoping to get 1,000, which is why I still have 200 up here. Oh, I guess it'd be 947 is what I would have. Or no, I'm sorry. I minted 747 in this this address for this round, and I'm trying to get to 800. I'm trying to get to 1,000 in round 4. So we have a pretty dang good chance of hitting a jackpot here. So we might see another sacrifice. We might see some more weight in the EDI pool. But just to give you guys an idea of the amount of money that's being drawn here, let's do a little bit of math. We have 77 winners that are going to get 1,332 darker matter tokens. And we're going to times that by today's price, which is right around $1.70. Too many Christmas. You guys are insane. Yeah, so 102,564 times $1.70. And that equals $174,358 worth of darker. Now, if everyone claims dumps, it'll obviously crush and cripple the price. And at that point, come on in and just buy this stuff off the floor. But we've actually got a lot thicker liquidity now than we started with. And there's this crazy, crazy trend going on. I'll get to that when I do my charts. Okay, so you can win the jackpot, which has got a silly amount of money. You can you can stake for 180 days, and at 180 days, it shows that the 1,000 that I staked after round 1 would, if today the claim were open, I could claim 28.5 darker, but no one can claim any of this for 162 more days, which is right around New Year's Eve, 2026, 2027. So right around December 30th and 31st, a bunch of these are going to hit maturity, and that's going to be a fun party. That's going to be a fun stream just to see what's going down, and people, starting those, because those will automatically activate, and their yield from the treasury will get a boost. So they'll get 100 times more weight of what they pull from the treasury when they compete with the other ones, the other fuel cells for the treasury payout. And that'll be, let's actually see what that is. If we go to the fuel cell farms, and that would be right around round 617. So no, 18. Whoa, kids. Okay, so right around round 18 is when a lot of these are going to get boosted. They're all at 0 right now. Once you stake your NFT, you get 0 payout from the treasury. That is your skin in the game. That's your reason you do not want to end stake, because you got to start that all over again and you missed out when you didn't have to. So let's look at this. Round 18. If we go here on season 1, round 18, on round 18, 3,107 darker will be paid out. And my guess is that the majority of that is going to go to people that have been staking right now and in the last couple weeks. Like, that's 3,000 that is going to get sucked up pretty intensely right there. The other way to win is if you sacrifice your jackpot. You are given equal weight in this EDI pool, and it pays out constantly. Every time money hits the pool, you can claim. If you wanted to, you could claim, pennies. See, right now we could claim 2 cents, because we've earned 2 cents since I just claimed it and got that, $2 or whatever it was, $4. So you can claim this all the time. Every time money hits this, you can claim your share of it. The way to get the most share of this one right now, especially for the first season, is to sacrifice a jackpot win, because the jackpot wins are anywhere from 333 darker to 1,332 darker. And so that gives you a ton of weight in that pool to earn the EDI, as long as Pulse Chain's running, and I mean, everything is on chain. So even if the front end went down, you would still be able to claim your EDI that went in here from minting, from bot sales tax, and from royalty on the NFTs on marketplaces. So, and if a crazy whale just felt like donating, they could dump a bunch of darker in here, which would get sold and converted into EDI, or they could just straight up pay EDI. So if a generous whale is sitting around with $1,000 or $10,000, and they want to really, incentivize and show the sacrificing class that there's a really good incentive to continue rolling and snowballing that jackpot, or, in the future, fuel cells, they could just dump a bunch right here in the pool, and it would be divvied up to everyone based on how much they sacrificed. So 3 ways to get paid here, all very interesting, all designed to remove as much of the circulating supply as possible. The circulating supply is back down to 13.6. And there is a new whale that is shown up with a mint of 20-something thousand NFTs. Not the mystery box, not me, not Pink Miss Whale. This is a new whale that I'll show you guys when we get to the Pulse Scan page. It's insane. 15% of the 222 million tokens have been minted, which is actually kind of not amazing, because let me actually change this on Claude while we're just chilling here. AG project, there we go. Okay. I'd like to adjust the minted fuel cell percentage, because we want to know what the percentage is of the tokens that are outside of the FOMO treasury, because 15% of the entire supply doesn't sound like a lot, but it's actually closer to 50% of all the tokens outside of the FOMO treasury. So actually, it should be all the tokens that are not in the FOMO treasury, mystery box, jackpot, 180-day bonus. It should just be the circulating supply. What percentage of the circulating supply is there? All right, we'll see if it updates it while we're on stream here. 13,000 EDI paid out, 920 darker are frozen in the legacy converter. Those might make their way over here and pay out, depending on a couple of codes, things that we're looking at. there has been $17,000 of darker sold at today's price just from the minting into eDAI. And then there's $827 of bot tax that was stripped from that was taxed to the bots and brought in to pay out in eDAI. It'll be cool when this hits 1,000. I would love, that's the number I really want to go up over time, is that bot tax. That would be great. Out of the 300,000, 334,000, so over a third of a million tokens, which is insane because 1.5 million are in the FOMO curve. Out of those 334,000, 2/3 of them are staked basically, and 1/3 is unstaked. But remember that 1/3 cannot be staked until rounds 3 and 4 are over. So yeah, remember, mint, farm, get paid. As HT said, minters win, stakers win harder here at Darker Matter and the Anti-Gravity Project. If you want to know if you're tax exempt, look at this. Here's your tax exempt status. If you're just a lowly informant and you haven't minted yet, go ahead and mint at least 10 fuel cells NFTs, and you will get tax exempt status and move up in rank. The rank of the collective, which goes informant, operator, technician, agent, navigator, admiral, and grand admiral. And not only do you have an overall rank, you have a rank inside each one of these rounds. So in round 1, this address is a navigator. In round, I should really be able to use this, my bags. That's another thing I'll tell Claude over here. Hey, buddy, on the My Bags tab, where it opens the fuel cell info, manage fuel cell NFTs, I've got to hit the back arrow, and then I've got to hit the back arrow again to get back to My Bags and choose a different round. The My Bags logo at the top, right above the FOMO curve, should be a clickable button that takes you right back to My Bags to make it easier. All right, and we'll hit enter there, so we don't want to stop the other one here. Yeah, it makes total sense. I mean, before I write it, let me pull up the balances. Okay, so it's working on fixing that other percentage. Otherwise, the dark right now, 169. Nice. The gas is 388. This will be green if it's cheap, or calm, as it says. It'll turn yellow as it starts to pump to 1 million, 2 billion beats. And then once it skyrockets and gets stupid, sometimes like 20 million beats, it'll turn red and be like, hey, you might want to wait off to do some transactions here. Here's your balance right there. Here's the contract address to make sure if you guys are trying to buy some dark matter or provide liquidity and you want to make sure you got the right token, come to our website, agproject.io, and just click on the address at the top here. All right, CryptoCat says, looks good behind you. It looks amazing behind me. I was showing it off at the beginning of the stream. And wow, wow. That's all I can say is wow. Yeah. Okay. Price chart. This is a very interesting price chart. It's the darker in eDAI. This is the chart that you can see the buy bot hitting 369, 369, 369. Every time someone converts some of these tokens, it just hits the 369, 369. You know, this is strange. There's an address selling 3, then 10, then 10, then 10, then 10. I don't know if they're seeing if they can trip the buy bot, but if chosen a great time to sell, they're definitely taking profit at the right time. Shout out to 60 CC9. Clear that one. But this is what I want to show you guys, which is bananas in my pants, bananas. 2K of liquidity here with DAI. Not a lot, but there is quite a bit more liquidity tied with Pink Well, which is tied to Pulse. It was fun. And there, we'll get into that. We'll get into the liquidity. But I wanted to show you guys the sell pressure, what the sell pressure did to the price during minting for round 1, 2, and 3, and the difference in 4. Okay, in round one's minting, we went down. Oh, geez Louise. Nope. I just wanted to go like this. I got to start over with the ruler. Okay. We went down. Well, let's just do here at the top here. No, we'll do the whole thing. So we went down 361% right there on the first one. So text right here, red, add text. Here we go. Text is going to be down 300. What was it? 361%. Let's put negative 360. Negative 360. 3.6x. Okay. So there we go. Negative 360 on the first minting. Not a lot of liquidity, obviously. But there you go. That's it. Negative 360 right there. On the second round, we had some sell pressure, but we also had more liquidity and we had some people coming in and buying. So on the round for, this is obviously the round one, but it's the mint for round two. So the second minting here started right around 70 cents, which I thought was crazy back then. And it went down to 48 cents ish. So negative 33, 34%. We'll call that negative 34%. Negative 34% right there. Okay. And $100 was given out per winner if they wanted to claim and take the money there, $100 per winner. Now on the minting for round three was a little bit insane because we didn't, and remember, we still didn't have the buy bot running at this point. Nobody was running a buy bot to buy this back cheap when it went down. And so these spikes down here at 35, 32 cents, some of those might be some crazy people in the audience or they're on boards that just woke up and chose insanity. And this is like 55%. Oh, it's 50. Well, I know what we're going to call this one. This one is negative 55.55%. How do you like that, kids? So we went down 360%, 34%, 55%. But when we come over here to round three, well, this is different. This is way different. So it was July 14th in America. It was July 15th in UTC, Universal Time. And it started at around 75 cents, which was just great, you know. However, it didn't dump. In fact, the buy bot that was picked up right around here, this is where the buy bot started, right around 40 cents or so. Buy bot got kicked off, and then some Yahoos came in and went insane, and we got a positive 136%. So that changes everything right there. Positive. Like, I don't even know where to put this. I guess we'll put it right here because it's kind of underneath it still. But this one's going to be green. Well, this one's going to be bright green, actually. Do we have a bright green in the house? Where's the brightest green we got here? Is that it? I think that's the same green as the others, honestly. Yeah, it's the same green. But either way, we're going to say positive 136%. Or is it 163? I don't know. I'm slightly dyslexic. So yeah, interesting, huh? Just real, I think very, very interesting. Went down from, $1.18 all the way down to 25 cents, 26 cents, down 360x, 36 or 3.6x, then down 34%, then down 55%, and then up 136. Now, I see a pattern here, and I'm dying to figure out what happens when we start minting for round 5. So round 4 will start around July 25th, 26th, depending on where you live. And I don't know. I honestly have no. I thought there would only be like 30,000 minted for round 4, and there's almost 60,000. There's almost as many as round 3, which is 57,000. So I don't even know what to think anymore. People are understanding the power of the jackpot, the power of the locks, and thanks to these explainer videos. Thanks to just people figuring out what's going on with the fixed supply and the scarcity. They see that, you know what, this is getting scooped up pretty damn quick. Okay, one thing to confirm before it goes live: stream facing stat, carved out only FOMO treasury, not also the jackpot like you listed. That's deliberate. Those grew from the mint splits, so subtracting them to double counts the same darker twice. Oh, you're totally right. You're totally right. Good to push to main, say the word, and it's good for live, for stream. Here we go. Yeah, go ahead and push to main with that change that you made, which was correct to take the jackpot bonus and mystery pulls out. And that's actually fixing the fuel cell farms demo for us here as well. But that shouldn't take a lot of Claude credits to push that to main. There we go. So we'll go back and check that in a second. But this chart's pretty cool. I think that people like numbers here in this community. That's why we did the 11, 22, 33-day stake, 180-day stake, and then 22 rounds. We like the numbers here. And I wouldn't have guessed until this crazy amount came up and sustained for a few days in crypto, which is an eternity. I'm not even kidding. I think we should put a little marker up to where it would be really serendipitous to hit this one right here. What should we use? We should use something space related. Where's our space stuff? Come on. Space. Did I pass it? Is it with the cars? Yeah, it's with the cars. Jiminy Christmas. How about this? How about I just go to the rocket there? There we go. Okay, planes, rockets, and alien. I like the alien, actually. Let's just do the alien, since people talk about being raptured and, taken alive. Boom. Crazy stuff. There's round 5 and round 6. Oh, I got to move it. Let's place this right up at, we're just going to put it above round 5 for now. We're going to place it at $2.22. Ah, 218. I can do this. Come on. Can I actually use the arrows to move it? I can. Can I? No, that's just moving something else right now. Anyways, it's close to that. I know how to do this. Go like this. We're gonna stretch this bad boy. Like your friend saw me, stretchy donut. All right, let's take the middle of this thing. Actually, let's have the bottom of the beam right there hit, $2. Right now it's at 224, 223. It's actually really close to 222 right here. So yeah, right now we got this sitting right around 222, the bottom of it. And we'll see if we can hit the UFO, the space alien ship, in round 4, round 5. I don't know. Like I said, once people realize that they can mint 740 or 1,000 NFTs, even at $1.70 a piece, or more if they push the price against them, and win almost double that, I think we'll see some people buying some minting NFTs just for the sake of the jackpot, just to see if they can game the jackpot, dump, and run and cheat, because it is cheating cheating season right now. So interesting chart, interesting time, interesting patterns, wouldn't you say? Okay, we got 16 people hanging out. Shout out to Replay Gang, people watching this on their way to work tomorrow. Space Cult, you guys are killing it. And let's go back here to the charts again. We'll have some fun with this chart. But today, Pulse is down a couple points, Hex is down a couple points, percentage. Pulse X is down 3%. What the hell? Wick is down 4%. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Wick, what happened to you? What happened to you? Actually, that doesn't look bad at all. Dr. Doge is down a couple percentage. What the hell? Dr. Doge is killing it with the community and the folding at home right now. Doing good science. Pinkness Well is down 1/3%, but still looking pretty damn good for the last ever since April. Pinkness Well is looking pretty good. People are stashing grabbing bags of those quietly. And then Darker and Hex is looking okay. It's $1.56 over here. So you guys can. It's funny is the eDai converter hits the Hex pair and the Pulse X pair, but the buy bot only buys on the eDai pair. So sometimes you can get a good deal over here on Hex or Pulse X. What's Pulse X at? Pulse X is only at $1.58. So at some point you see the ARBs fix these over here, but not until there's enough money in it for them. Actuator and Darker have almost 2K of liquidity, and Actuator's hanging on to its little bounce right there. The Darker is at $1.74 over here. So I don't know if some holders of Actuator are grabbing a little bit of dark to stuff their bags or get ready for the next mint. PDI's got almost $200 of liquidity. Whoa, and it's down a couple percentage. Dark's $1.74 over there. So you can tell that the two that it hits that don't have the buy bot, and then you can see the rest that are all kind of popped up. Darker and Neon's got 2K liquidity, nothing to sneeze at. And it's up to $1.74 there. Neon's down a couple percent, but it's hanging on to this gain very nicely. Gelato and Darker. Oh, that's got almost 8K on it. What the hell? Gelato's hanging on to its bounce, its spike. And then Darker is at $1.76 over here. Oh, man. We might hit 222 on a different chart than eDai. I mean, shoot, 7.8K liquidity, even though it's a tax token and a tax token, still super impressive. Darker Nuts, there's 1.5K with Darker Nuts. Nuts is down almost a percentage. And Darker is up to $1.77 over here. My gosh. Woo! Darker and Yep has $600 paired with it. The Yep token by Bright Light, a good friend of ours and a really good Pulsican Hexagon. It's $1.74 over here. Couldn't ask for more. Dark Yep is down a tat, but it's hanging in there. Look at this crazy wick down here. Like, I don't know what that was, but someone got some really good Yep down there. Morbius, how's Morbius doing? Morbius is down a 1.5 percentage and a half. Not bad. I mean, it's not looking good against the dollar, but it's looking pretty good against Pulse. So that is we did some blackjack the other night and we were killing it. I think we walked away with 2 cents after just a string of just coming back from losing. Actually, we lost 6 cents the first night, made 2 cents the second night, maybe 4 cents. Like, that's 10 cents. We are set to retire go back into retirement any day now. There's Peacock that has $200 of liquidity. Someone apparently Peacock over there. It's $1.77 over here. Nothing to sneeze at. Peacock's down 0.5%, but looking pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. PTGC. There's a little bit of liquidity added to this. There's $100 now, but there's a little bit added before their migration. And PTGC down about 1%, and Darker very healthy at 174 over here. Yeah, I would think that some of these other pairs could hit 222 before the EDI pair. Insanity. Now, where's my Darker and Wick pair? I always have to go to this other page to find it. It's so stupid. So dumb. You're so dumb, Gecko Terminal. Okay, so there's Wick and Pulse, and then there's Wick and Darker. Wick and Darker sitting on 1.6K liquidity, and Wick is just giving the finger to the other coins, especially the meme coins right now. Nice shout out. Talking about taking out another project. If you guys haven't seen that, go to Tangents page. Check it out. Darker over here, $1.79. Like, what the hell? What the hell? $1.73, I mean. Oh, wow. Yeah, so we're looking healthy here. Market cap on most of these pairs is between 3.6 and 3.9 million. Nothing to sneeze about. I don't know why I've used that term so much other than to say stuff is tight, stuff is tough right now in crypto and very tough in Pulse Chain. So $1,000 means a lot here. Wix, right here we've got, this is Pulse Chain stats where you can check the gas and market, hex stakes. You can check your portfolio here. You can check your networks. Interesting. Now here's Wick. The Noxa bot is something that was built by the Wick community that lets you run a trading bot but not have a super hot wallet, have a cold wallet, and that's pretty damn cool set of security. Wix.pix, never kill a frog's dog. Just pretty awesome. The eyes glow green on this on this logo, but there's so much insane stuff going on right now. There's Wick merch. Hang on. No way. Oh my gosh. Check out the, I don't know, man. It'd be really hard for me not to wear something with that angry ass frog on it. Oh my gosh, the sticker for the phone. $25. Damn. I hate to say it feels like it's worth it because $25 right now can buy you a lot of hex. Ooh, and a handful of Darker. Ooh. Cool stuff though. Cool. I mean, just like building insane stuff. Here's Wick World. This is insane. Here's just represented on a globe. Ooh, excuse me. You got the Wix sites. These are all websites and products and services. And some of them you have to have Wix. You have to hold Wix and prove that you hold Wix to access them. Some of them are free and just insane places with insane information. I don't even know what to say about it. Soda Wix picks. Here's just so many. Oh my gosh, just so much insanity being built over there. Here's the live calls for the DGens Alpha Wick picks, where it's like, those DGens on POW, Pongo, B, Cash Dogs, Cash Kitty, Bojack, Clippy, Hood Cat, Hoodie, Bunny, Stonks, Sushi Cat. Like, these are just like pump and dump cheat. Like, people are learning to see the wave coming and buy in and sell. It's literally a race. It's a game. It's P2P. I don't know if this gives you an advantage here, because I kind of feel like it might give you an advantage, but I kind of feel like whatever they're doing that's next level after this, I think that is where people are harvesting, just fleecing the Jeters and the boys. Rings of Dust, the book that I'm reading right now that inspired our cryptocurrency, our whole ecosystem is built on this idea of fighting unjust and unequal powers that be. And we see it play out in the sci-fi novel about a power struggle over the power grid. And I've been reading this. You can read this this link to this GitHub repository, which is public, is on our Telegram, t.me/antigravity saga. If you guys like to be good boys and you like science and you like all this, this is crazy. Every Dr. Ojibwe natural science. Look at the liquidity here. Here's the 2.8 K liquidity right here, $36 a volume, 2% change, show details. Wow, that's cool. You can actually see all of their liquidity. And this wrapped pulse right here is forever locked liquidity. They can't pull it. So they've got almost as much liquidity as they have market cap, which is bananas. It's bananas. Totally bananas. Dr. Doge, there was some darker here, and I kept hinting and telling you guys, hey, it's listed at like $1.40 or $1.30, but if you buy with stable coins, it's $1.20. And the whole time, darker was up, bouncing between 150 and 170. And I just kept being like, guys, there's like free money here. There's an ARB opportunity. If you are looking to get really good priced darker, now's a great time. It's gone now. Someone went and snatched it up. And I believe that that was the burn bot. I'm sorry, the buy bot that was selling it, which means that the buy bot now has $1,100, $1,200 more dollars minimum. Wonder what it's going to do with that money. NexionPulse.com, vaults, build, earn. There's even like an easy setting here. Easy, advanced. If you want to just do easy, how it works. Look at that. That's how it works. A whole universe here of Neon, which is doing very well. If you're a Neon well, call me. I'd love to thicken up that liquidity. I love what you guys are doing over there. And I love the fact that I am your spokesperson. I am your number one YouTube streamer right now. Nexion is me. So I'm here to pump your bags. I'm here for it. Shout out. This is obviously, look at this crazy chart right here of Nexion. Look at that. They try to sell it down and it just rose again. Yeah, big fans of them. And shout out to Lef. Here's where we were playing blackjack earlier on the Wix.com table, and it's higher stakes. It's like 10,000 to 50,000. Where I think Dr. Dose was low. Dr. Dose started was 100 to 500. It was for the common man. But John Wick has gold coins on the table, bullets, knives, and guns. So obviously, the money here is not the big thing going on. And let's just hit a hand while we're here. Let's max it out right there, $4.99. Shout out to Fire Kyle. This doesn't go to 50K like it's supposed to, but we're gonna hit a deal. Let's deal it. Failed to start game. Must be a whole number. It does that, but then it works on the second try. So we got 19 against 2. Oh baby, that's easy. We're gonna stand and hope that they bust. Bust, you piece of crap. You are shitting me. 19 against 2, and we already maxed out, so we can't martingale. We can't double down again. So we're just gonna have to hit the max again. 18 against 9. Oh shit. Okay, stand. Monkey. Yes.
Great job.
Not a monkey, but good enough. We'll take that. All right, now we got to win another one just to feel good about ourselves to get a little bit of dopamine.
Blackjack.
Blackjack. We just hit blackjack. We are up 320,000 Morbius tokens. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's got to be like 9 cents. I'm feeling good. All right, let's keep going. I'll get stuck here all night. Whoa. Okay, so here's the playlist for, the Darker Grid, Rings of Dust. The anti-gravity. This should be up here. Why does this keep not saving when I'm putting them? Either way, this will tell you everything you ever wanted to know about Beat the Deletion Trap. That I think is one of the most important ones for people that have already minted. The other ones are really good for people that just are like, I don't understand the sacrifice. I don't understand why I can't stake now. I don't understand scarcity or the planned scarcity of it. So shout out to me and Notebook LM for that. Let's check on Old Man Bitcoin. Old Man Bitcoin's feeling strong. Old Man Bitcoin is eating his Wheaties a couple days in a row. Good job. And his little sister, are you still being manipulated? No. Oh my. Oh my. Ethereum is starting to pump a little bit. Pumpy pump. The range that we're looking for, that I'm interested in, thanks to watching your friend Sami, is 2,600. There's a CME gap, 2,600. CME gaps are always filled. They're always filled. I don't know if they're always filled. I think eventually every gap is filled, right? Like eventually the price of everything goes insane and comes back to zero. Like, I don't know. I could be wrong, but if this breaks 2,000 and pops up to 26, you'll know why. Crazy stuff happening right now. And I like that. That means, so wait a minute. Ethereum's up 3% in the last 5 days. Why the hell is Pulse Chain down? Like what? What is going on? What the hell is going on? This is insane. We should be up here pumping, making new highs. I don't know. Maybe there's like a delay or something. You guys tell me. Maybe someone dumped something that drags stuff down. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin dominance, because as I've shown you guys earlier on this timeline, October 22. Right here, where Bitcoin dominance was all the way down to 40%, this is when Hex hit 50 cents, right around here. So as you can see, we definitely want this to fall back down to 30 or 40%. Back here, it went all the way to 35%. So 35, 40%. If it hits that again, euphoria will probably be screaming from all of the altcoins and Ethereum. And that might be the time to take a lot of profit off the table. Just saying, here's our fuel cells. And this is the Maniac. Complete Maniac, 334,000. Oh my gosh, it's so stupid. That's insane. Insane. Well, it's loading. Let's see if we can see that update on the supply chart here. We'll do a Control R for a hard refresh. Hit supply. Yeah, and now it says 46% of the 727, 748 darker outside the FOMO treasury have minted. So 46% of basically the airdrop has minted, is what it's saying. You guys know what I'm saying? Like half of the airdrop supply is minted and not going to affect the price anytime soon. A lot of it being staked for 180 days. I'm telling you guys, you don't have enough dark. And going back to this, hopefully it's loaded. Oh, come on. Oh, something went wrong. You're such a piece of shit. I'm not even going to refresh the next one. We'll come back here in a second. It says there's 776 holders of darker, but there are not 776 minters. In fact, there's probably about 80-ish. And we're on our way to 150. Our goal is 150 minters. And that will double our ride or die community. That means that we'll double people with skin in the game, Space Cult, Fight Club, Maniacs out there. And that should reflect in the price very nicely. It should. I mean, not financial advice. Don't don't take what I say for anything, not even a whole grain of salt. I would say like 1/100th of a grain of salt. But I have been around crypto for a long time, and I do know the intentions of the founders and the code writers of this project fairly well. So that was the thing I missed about. Let's go back to Richard Hart streaming. When Richard Hart streamed for like 6 to 8 hours at a time, and he was answering questions and building the community and acting cool before his outrage marketing era, I used to listen to him, and I could almost, you get to the point where you can tell what someone's thinking and feeling when you watch them every day for 8 hours, which is what we did back then. And he would drop little hints and Easter eggs or ask certain questions that you're like, oh, does that mean this? And it did mean that. So I missed that. And the reason I finally launched a token and went into this 5 years ago was because I wanted to know what the founder was thinking every morning when they woke up. And I didn't get that with Richard Hart anymore because he's gone radio silent. So I've launched my coin because I know every morning what the founder is thinking and feeling and planning and hoping. I know what his strategies are, and it gives you incredible. So find a founder that really lets you in, that really, shows you the ropes and whatnot. This is the dude right here. New one called Ace. Oh, dude, it has the word Ace in it. Ace 618. Ace 618 has gone, emitted almost 22,000 tokens. And this is, I don't know how many are in the earlier, but this is getting big. This is going up to almost the number whale right here that loves single numbers. They could win a third of round 3 jackpot, or sorry, round 2. No, we're in round 3, so it'd be round 3 jackpot. They could win a third of it. That's insane. People are figuring out what's going on, and they're buying and they're minting even at what we would consider outrageous prices. They come and look and they're like, hey, that might be money well spent. Yeah. Buy our friend Red Squirrel a beer, please. He has created a random number generator. He has created some amazing tools like liquidity and portfolios and all sorts of crazy stuff here that you can see. Just buy him a beer. He has expressed thanks to the community. Some of you guys have sent him darker. Some of you guys have sent him nuts. Some of you guys have sent him just pulse and money, and he's very, very appreciative. He really appreciates it. Really goes to show what a cool community we have right here. I'll paste that right there in the comments for you guys if you want to. It ends in 6C8CO. And I think I also pasted it in our Telegram somewhere. I'm going to paste it over there and pin it. Paste. I'm just going to put buy Red Squirrel a beer. That's all it says. And I'm gonna pin it as well, so you guys can find it easier. There we go, pinned. Right here. That's his address right there to show some love to the little squirrel that could. Squirrel Swap, great place to swap. Switch.win, good place to swap. Look at this. Trade, liquidity, pool explorer, scan. We're going to scan the darker matter token. Had 41K in it last night, I think, when I checked it. Yeah, it's still got almost 42K. Almost 42K here. And as you see, look at that giant pink mist well with 9K of liquidity. Gelato with 7K. PulseX with 6K. Hex with 3K. Dr. Doge with 2.5K. EDI with 2K. Actuator with almost 2K. Neon with almost 2K. Nuts with a K.5. Wick with a K.5. Emit with over a K. Weth, wrapped ETH with a K. Yep, with $600. Solid X with almost $600. Pulse Bitcoin with $400. That's interesting. Interesting. And then, I show you guys this, but if we click on view top holders, the smart contracts, Pink Mist Well, and the Mystery Box and Pink Mist Well are all sitting on 91% of the supply right now. Now remember, outside of Pink Mist Well, that last 10%, 5% of that. Oh, actually, 5% of that, part of that is these other contracts, like Claude was saying. But some of that's left is staked. It is minted, minted and staked, some of it. So crazy. You can check out your portfolio here, all your NFTs, your liquidity positions, your DeFi, your actuator farms, your Dr. Doge, your Neon farms, Nexium farms, your Emit farms. Everything could just be seen right back here. Look at that. You can see your tokens. What do we got here? We got a chunk of Darker that's going to get minted. We got our $19 of nuts. Hell yeah. $14 of Dr. Doge. Oh my gosh. That's pretty damn cool. We got $10 of actuator, some pulse in here, a spunk, PDI, a little bit of PDI, a little bit of wick, getting paid from minting or folding proteins and helping science. Waiting for Mr. Fast Abdul to show up. If you say his name 3 times, he will show up like Beetlejuice and say, I'm here for the tech in the comments. That doesn't mean that he's really here for the tech. He might just drop in and say, yo, and then bounce to the next. He's everywhere and nowhere at once. He's like the Holy Spirit. But you can put PulseX, ProveX, also known as Mr. Prove, one of the lamest names anyone's ever come up with. But you can take, if you've got a bag of ProveX, this is a place where you can put it into a vault and take loans on it. I think it's 0 interest. I think it's like a fee, and then there's 0 interest. I could be wrong. Like I said, if Fast wants to stop by anytime, I'd be happy to have him just show me, hold my hand, give me a really good tour of this ecosystem. That is a bananas UI. That I don't know if I love it or hate it. I think both. I think I both love and hate the green. I like the fact that it's a theme, and that green is literally making my eyes bleed right now. The black background is a given. That's cool, but damn, that green is bright, bro. 369. Also, we got VersaVault by our friend Mr. Triplet Dad, our friend who brought us 0x Bistro. That is not it. Here it is. So MVS Crypto is going to talk about it in this post. There we go. VersaVault.io. That's our X. There's the website, VersaVault.io. Boom. So let's grab this and bring that over next to Vault 369. VersaVault, key advantages: 0 interest, dollar, stable, redeemable, multiple ways to earn, built-in solvency. Some very interesting tweaks on lending protocols going on right now. We got our CNX Tuesday. Shout out to HT, his meme coin. I accidentally just closed it. I didn't mean to, but We'll open it again on the next one. I'm looking at all this other stuff. I think I've hit the end of my boomer tabs, but I have not hit the end of my gratitude and appreciation and love for this community. One more show right here. Let me kill the screen share. Look at this. This is amazing. This is truly amazing. I love it. I love this so much. If I could vinyl this like to a t-shirt and walk around like this all day long, I swear I would. This will most likely, very most likely, become part of a Halloween costume in the future. I can literally go as a darker matter token. I would be very careful because I would not want to scratch, dent, or drop this. I'd be very careful with this. But I mean, it's amazing. This is beautiful, and I appreciate this so much. Thank you so much. Remember, you matter. What you do matters. You're very valuable. If you're hearing the sound of my voice, if you have experienced anything in that body of yours today, you have immense value. So remember that, please. You don't have enough darker matter. The scarcity is going faster than I thought it would. I thought, especially in the bear market, that we would be slowing down on mints and that we wouldn't have as much going on and locked up as we do already. It's accelerated faster than I thought it would. The price is pumped faster than I thought it would, given the market, but not given the community. I mean, this community, I should stop getting surprised by this community doing amazing things to the price, liquidity, marketing, diamond hands. Just, you guys are amazing. And I'm so glad to hang out with you guys and share this crazy journey with you guys. So with that said, I'm going to set an outro video here, and it won't be one of the instructional ones. It should be. I'll play that one another time. But yeah, we're going to do this. I know most of you guys really like the Void, so we're going to go out on the Void because that one is pretty damn cool and chill. Shout out to Cape Fior, which is actually an anagram for a name that is not his name either. So if you just, that's a riddle you can play with tonight. Other than that, yeah, we're going to go out on that one, set that as an outro video. I love you guys. I'll catch you on the next one, the next 4 days. This might be the minting for round 3 might pass the minting. The minting for round 3 might pass the minting for round 4. And I don't know if the sacrificers can keep up with that mega jackpot or if it'll drop back down to 999. But we'll see. And I have a lot of faith in you guys. It was down to like a matter of 3 or 4 lotteries that tipped the mega jackpot for round 3. So, I mean, just a few of them could have gone one way or the other. It was like the election night with George Bush and what the hell is his name? Al Gore, where it was just like no one knew even the next day, and then it went crazy like that. I was a huge nail biter waiting for that one, and I'm going to be freaking out on this next one too to see if the jackpot continues to snowball. But I love you guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Ciao.
starts to glow. Lowercase connection, entering the show. Top right corner where a wallet interacts. Digital contract, tracking down the facts. The ticker symbols blinking on the sidebar screen. The dark is the atmosphere setting the scene. Round one is coming, the season's on the clock. Secure the network, time to lock it in the block. Welcome to the darker matter. Standard rules apply. Load the fuel cells up before the timer passes by. Into the void we will go, where the smart ones play. Minting out the future, trade into the shadow. Watch the ticker climb. Build the data stream. Living on the edge of the cyber grid machine.
Waiting at the gate, calculating yields while we wait upon the day. Claim the EDOT payouts, tally up the wins. This is where the high stakes strategy begins. They say it's for the smart ones, written on the wall. A gamified ecosystem, standing tall. Read the how to play if you wanna know the way. Before you launch the app or end in disarray. Ticks on the countdown, now it's turned to days. The price of darker matter, moving through the haze. Is it an illusion? Is it by design? Watch the smart contract as it aligns. 3, 2, 1. Let the protocol run. Welcome to the darker matter. Standard rules apply. Load the fuel cells up before the timer passes by. Into the void, here we go, where the smart ones play. Minting out the future, trade into the shadow. Watch the ticker climb. Feel the data stream. Living on the edge of the cyber grid machine.